Hey students, welcome back to your weekly art video. This week we are studying the art of Africa. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't know why that's all weird. Okay, so this week, check the semester calendar or the calendar inside your course, and you will see that on Thursday we have the 5.11 quiz that's due. So that is your big assignment for the week, in addition to the reading. Also, your 5.17 test is due on 10/30. So let's look at these pictures. Which art form do you most enjoy looking at or studying? These are all things that we have covered in Unit 5. So we are talking about African accomplishments. Religion and cultural traditions influence the style of artworks that the African people create. So analyze to decide which of these may take the longest time to create. And why do you think that? So we're looking at a bronze sculpture, we're looking at a tribal drum, we're looking at textiles, and we're looking at a sculpture out of ivory. This is a Yoruba sculpture. Yoruba artists created lifelike portraits with idealized facial features. So why do you think that the artist made holes, if you can see them right here, holes above the forehead? What do you think? The small holes above the forehead made it possible to attach decorative crowns, beaded veils, or headdresses to the portrait. These look fancy. Why do you think the artist carved vertical lines on the face? The Yoruba had a tradition of scarification, creating permanent decorative marks on the skin. The vertical lines could be scarification marks, or they could represent a beaded veil, like we talked about just a minute ago, that they attached up here with the holes. The sculptor made large holes around the neck of the bust. See them right there? What purpose do you think they served? The sculptor, during ritual ceremonies, the Yoruba fastened sculptural portraits, like this one, to a wooden body of an oni. Large holes around the neck made it possible to attach the head to a wooden body. I would like to see that. So, as we were talking about the Mayan art last week and just comparing the Yoruba art to the Mayan art. So the Yoruba sculpture has symbolic lines. Remember, we just talked about those, representing scarification or a beaded veil. The Mayan sculpture of Lord Pakal has symbolism linking Pakal to the maize god. And I'm sure I said that wrong. Let's talk about the Bamana. The Bamana are storytellers with a strong oral history tradition. They give lavish performances that chronicle the lives of the wealthy. They also tell of the mythical Chiwara, which is a half-human, half-antelope creature who came from the sky to teach the Bamana how to farm. Okay, so let's look at this really quickly. You see how that's the face of the antelope, and then that's the horns of the here, that gets it closer. There's the antelope's face, there's the horns, okay? And so that's half human, half antelope, okay? That's called a chihuahua. Which characteristic describes chihuahua masks made by Bamana artists of Africa? A, they depict lifelike creatures and represent Islamic ideas. B, they contain abstract forms of an antelope and were used in farming celebrations. C, they are inscribed with calligraphic script and floral design. D, they are decorated with beads, shells, and bits of brass and other natural materials. What would you answer? Yes, B. They contain abstract forms of an antelope and were used in farming celebrations. So I want you to take a minute and either on your phone or on your computer, you can pause this video, Google Benin art. Okay, and as you pull that up, what do you notice about it? And then just come back and hit play when you're ready. So for Benin artists, Benin art is known for for bronze and ivory sculptures. There we go. What conventions did Benin artists use in their brass plaques to make the oba, this is the oba, stand out? They placed the oba in the center of the plaque and made him larger, as you can see, than the other figures. Whoops, here we go. The Kuba. Kuba artists are skilled at many crafts. Textile artists weave wall decorations and mats and cover them with rich embroidery. Artists craft ceremonial jewelry, helmets, and masks, and embellish them with natural materials. So the Kuba artists of Africa used shells and beads with symbolic meanings, and they sewed them onto the mask to decorate it. So these are ceremonial masks that they decorated with shells and beads. So this mask is called and I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. I just want you to read it right here where my cursor is. It's decorated with bold geometric patterns, which we can see in contrasting colors. So let's review really quickly. If you had to match these up, if you're reading the list of terms, which would you put for which? So the Benin brass plaque of an oba, that long word that we just didn't say, let's just say Kuba mask, the Yoruba portrait sculpture of Oni, or the Bamana Chiwara mask. So you can just, as you're watching your video, take your cursor and match those up. So we've got a little fun thing for you to do. If you would like to try your hand at drawing an African mask, you can go to the link in the description of this video, or you can just use this QR code, and it's a quick tutorial. We would love to see your artwork if you want to share it on the high school art Padlet. Also, y'all, if you have time, please watch this. This is phenomenal to me. This is an African artist who does all of his artwork with a ballpoint pen. So this right here, I know it looks like a photograph, but it's done with a ballpoint pen. It is unbelievable. So if you have time, please watch that video. Okay, so just some quick reminders. Your quiz is due on Thursday, and don't forget that your test is due next week. Be sure to use your notes and flashcards and all of your resources. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher and have a great week.